Hello, Flosstube! I'm back. I don't know how regular I'm going to be because I don't get a whole lot of opportunity to stitch. It's not going to seem like it with all the starts that I have. I got a new dog. Jason died. Off. That's Vader. I've always had Vader. I mean, I've had Vader forever. This is Marzi. He's a Cane Corso or Kanye Corso boxer mix. And he's already 100 pounds. Mars? Hi, Mars. Hi, Mars. Hi, Mars. Okay, there's my dogs. I know Jason was in every one of my last videos. I had to show my new dogs in this new video. I mean, one new dog, one old dog. We've had Vader for 5 years. We've only had Mars for 6 months. He's 6 months and he's 105 pounds. It's crazy. Anyways, so I'm going to start with my finishes. I have a whole lot of finishes because I haven't done a Flosstube since 2023. So that was 3 years ago. My last finish that I showed in my last video was a dinosaur. So I'm going to put a little video in here real quick to show my last finish that I showed in my last video. And then we'll move on to all the rest. So for those of you who remember my last Flosstube, this was the very last finish that I had. It was cute little T-Rex love for my husband. He loves dinosaurs, and it came with this little guy because he plays a game on his computer and he always chooses this character. It's a dinosaur game. Sits inside of his tower, his computer, so we could look at it while he works. How cute. So that was my most recent finish at the time. My next most recent finish, I use Notions. Do any of you use Notions? Notions is a really cool program that helps you keep track of all of your information. This is all of my finishes since last time I did a Flosstube and before I did a Flosstube. And then here is all of my WIPs. Right now it's showing that I have 40 WIPs. I do have 2 in WIP prison that we're not going to talk about. I love Notion. My friend Robin got me started on Notion and it is a game changer. After T-Rex, Valentine by Lola Cross Stitch. My next finish was called Rest and Be Thankful by the Cricut Collection. I started this way back on December 1st, 2019. It just needed like half of this border up here need to be finished. And then like a little bit of the house, and that was it. I just have procrastinated this for such a long time. This one was really fun. It's really pretty. I really love it. That was one of my oldest. I got a little bug in my ear to get a bunch of some of my oldest pieces finished that I haven't worked on in a really long time. My next finish, which is also really old, is called Where There Are Bees. It hung inside the craft center of Fine Stitchery. It has different colors than what was used, and I just absolutely loved it. But again, this one I started in May of 2020 and didn't finish it till March of 2023. So this should not have taken me 3 years to do, but it did. Oh, I ran out of this yellow color and I couldn't find the same dye lot. So it took me a while to find the correct dye lot for this yellow color, and then I was able to finish it. My next finish is one of my absolute favorites. For any of you who have known me for a while, my name's Marie and my channel is called Stitchy Marie. I have an Instagram and a Flosstube that I occasionally post to. This is called The Haunted Library by Lola Cross Stitch, and I absolutely loved it. It was one of my favorite stitches I've ever done. It was a stitch along. It was a mystery stitch along, so you didn't know what it was going to look like. But I love almost everything that Lola Cross Stitch does, and so I was totally on board to stitch this without even knowing what it looked like, but it's definitely one of my favorites. I will stitch anything that she puts out. She's amazing. Oh, I started this in September 2022, and then I finished it in June of 2023. My next finish was a small finish. I started it in June 2023 and ended it at the end of June of 2023. It is a June Snapshot by Pine Mountains Designs. I bought all of them so that I could do all of them because they're all just so cute. I have a picture frame that I bought from Hobby Lobby that I really love. I glue dotted onto a card so that I can just stick it in this frame and have it displayed. I'm not done with all of them yet, but that's what I put them in. And then the next one I finished was the July, which is also super cute. Pine Mountain Designs July Snapshot. Started it in June 15th, 2023 and finished it on July 3rd. So it was done so I could display it by beginning of July. August Snapshot was the one I did next. I was on a kick for these. I was trying to get them done once a month. It was kind of the only stitching that I was doing at the time. I started it on July 1st and ended it on August 1st, just in time for August. And then I took a little break from those And my next finish is Halloween Tiny Town by Autumn Lane. Mine does have a couple changes. Shepherd's Bush has changes for this one that I really, really loved. They had it on display, and of course I can't. I'm a sucker for Halloween. So I did the changes for this one, but they're so cute. The Tiny Town was started in August 18th, 2023 and ended by September 7th, 2023. Maybe this will work. Haunted Hearse by Satsuma Street. They came to a Stitch West. They were the guest designer. So I had never done like a Mill Hill or a Satsuma Street like this before, and so it was super fun to do. I started that on October 14th, which was during Stitch West, and then ended October 18th. So it only took me 4 days to do. They're super fast. They're super fun. My next finish is called Santa's Secret by Dimensions, and this is probably one of my favorite stitches that I've done in a really, really, really long time, because it doesn't really come together until the very end, like all the Dimensions kits do. So you're like, I don't know what I am stitching. This is weird. I don't like this. And then it comes together and you're like, oh my gosh, it's magical. So this is one of my absolute favorites. My mom bought a 2-pack of this frame online. So this is the frame. I professionally framed it, as you can see on the back, so that I could shove it in here. How cute! I'm obsessed. That was started on December 31st. Oh yeah, we had like a little Zoom chat for New Year's Eve. So I started on December 31st, 2022 during that Zoom chat, and I didn't finish it till November of 2023. So it took me a year to finish that one. That's crazy. Probably because I was like, this is stupid. This doesn't even look like anything. What is this? I don't like this. And then it was amazing. My next most prized possession is my tree house. I think it's called Palace of the Holiday. I got it off Etsy a long time ago. Back in January of 2022 was when I started it, and then we went into war with Russia, and so you couldn't get it on Etsy for a really long time, but it's one of my favorite pieces. It was so hard. It was so hard, and I saved all of this for the end like an idiot, and so that made it even harder to finish. I put my name right here, Burr, established 2013, KDJ, those are the initials of my kids, and then home is what I put on this one because they were all in Russian and I wanted it to be more personal. But this is one of my absolute favorites. I need to get it framed professionally. I mean, I framed it professionally, obviously, and it sits inside of a glass plastic frame thing. But one of my favorites. I started it on January 1st, 2022, and I finished it on January 15th, 2024. And I have the link for it now. I was able to find a link from her on where she sells it. So I can link that in the description box below. I can link her link to this because it's so cute. I bought the other ones. She's got a couple different ones too that are tree houses that I bought them all, but I haven't started any of them yet. My next one is called The Sewing Room by Little Dove Designs. My mom was working on it and I thought it was just the cutest colors, so I bought it and did it too. I started on March 4th, 2024, and I finished it on July 13th, 2024. If you want to know any of these specific fabrics, you're gonna have to ask because I don't have them right this second. The next one I got done was the September Snapshot, and I started this on, I'm not sure. I have no idea, but I know I finished this one eventually because it's done. And then my October Snapshot, that's the one I have the words for. The October Snapshot, again from Pine Mountain Designs, I started on September 1st, 2024 and finished it on July 13th, 2024. My next finish was a stitch along that we did at Stitch West. Anybody can join. We just usually start it at Stitch West, and then Colette, the highway stitcher, posts about it and like keeps everybody updated. It was called Fil Des Nichoirs. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Well, we just call it the bird mailboxes by Jardine Privé. I started on October 16th, 2023 at Stitch West, and I finished it on September 22nd, 2024. It was very difficult. It was a lot of white. I did not like the fence. It wasn't my favorite stitch, but now that I have it, I love it. And I might actually have the fabric for this one. 40 count Under the Sea Fabrics Winterbrook. My next one, it's called Moonlit Treaters by Mill Hill. Started out on September 1st of 2024 and finished it October 16th of 2024. And I left it out and it got eaten by a dog. So that was a real bummer. I'm probably not going to restitch it. Honestly, I'm probably going to frame it just like this and just have memories because it was probably Jason that ate it. My next one is also one of my like major favorites, called Hello Pumpkin by Cherry Blossoms. The colors are to die for. They're amazing. Started it on October 16th, 2024 and ended it on November 25th, 2024. I'm sure I stole this fabric from the ditch, which is my mom's house. Not that my mom's house is a ditch. I call it the ditch because I steal stuff from her all the time. She knows I steal stuff from her all the time, but it was funny because we were at a retreat or something, and they're like, oh my gosh, where'd you get that fabric? It's so cute. And I was like, and then my mom was sitting there, so I was like, the ditch. Just found it on the side of the road in a ditch, and it was perfect, so I used it. So now they all call my mom's house the ditch, even though it sounds awful. My next one's also super cute. It's called Cup of Cheer by Shannon Christine Designs. Have a cup of cheer is what it says, but I think it's called Cup of Cheer. The colors are just so amazing. I love them all. I started it on October 13th, 2023, finished it on December 17th, 2024. It's so cute. I think this might have changes, or maybe it's just that I'm not sure. I bought it from Shepherd's Bush, so I'm not sure if there's changes or not. I can put it in the description box below, but it's one of my favorites. I need to get it framed. My next finish, I have 2 more finishes and then I'm gonna go on to WIPs. My next finish is called The Clockmaker's House by Nora Corbett. The beads, look at the beads. They're so cool. I love the beads. Beads are so cool. I started it on December 15th, 2022 and didn't finish it till December 23rd, 2024. So this must have taken a long break. I want to do all of the houses, and I think I've purchased them all. I just haven't started stitching them yet. I think my favorite is the copper beads. Aren't they cute? I just love it so much. And then my last finish for the last 3 years is called Wicked by Birdie's Crossing. I'm pretty sure I bought it on Etsy. It might be an AI. Maybe not. But look how cute it is. It's just an abstract of her. I'm going to make it into like a tree ornament or something. Michael took me to see the Broadway play when it came to Salt Lake City for my birthday last year. So I stitched it. It's so cute. Okay, that's all my finishes. That was 18 finishes in the last 3 years. Just not amazing, but better than 0. Okay, so my oldest WIP, are you ready? Is The Library by Little House Needleworks. I don't even have the floss for it anymore. I'm not sure if it's ever going to get finished. It's super cute and I love to read. I don't know if I'm going to finish it though. I started it way back in December 2015. It's close, like it's over halfway, but for some reason I just have not finished it. It was in prison. I took it out of prison, but it still has not been worked on. So that's one WIP. My next WIP is called The Haunted Mansion by Tiny Modernist. I love Tiny Modernist. This is what it will look like when I finish it. It's so cute. I don't love how big it is. I love it when it comes out tiny. 40 count is my absolute favorite, and this is not 40 count. This is fabric flare something. I'm not sure, but this is what I have so far. And I think I want to stop and do it on 40 count or like something crazy like 50 something, so that it will be super tiny, because it's just so chunky that I think it will look much cuter if it is tiny. But I started this back when I was getting back into cross stitch. I cross stitched a lot when I first got married, and then I hardly cross stitched at all, and then 2020 happened and everyone was getting back into stitching. I mean, I was. So this was one of the pieces that I did close to 2020. It says I started at December 30th, 2019 though, so it might not actually be 2020, but close. And then the next one is 2020. It's called Let's Stay Home by Satsuma Street. I feel like everybody did this, but I never finished it. My mom's is on white, and I really wanted it to be on black because I loved the colors. I wanted it to be like chalkboardy. So it is Let's Stay Home by Satsuma Street. It was a free pattern that they were putting out during COVID. I started on April 8th, 2020. Super cute. My next one is Pandemic, of course. I started Pandemic and I loved it. I'm stitching it on 32 count with Sulky, S-U-L-K-Y. I'm using 713 4087 Sulky 12 weight, and I loved this color. And then the other color that I'm using with it is Sulky 12 weight 1370. So I wanted to do all of the animals in 1370 and then do the rest in teal, and I really love it. I'm not very far on it, and the reason why is because I got pretty far And then I realized that I did it backwards. So this is how far I got before I realized that this pattern is not wide and short. This pattern is long and skinny. So I started it backwards. I was planning on ripping this out. So they don't even match, like across from here to here. They don't line up. They're not on the same row. So I think what I might do is just leave it. Leave like a little tiny border around it where it doesn't match up. Leave a little border so that there's white space in between that and the next part, and then just finish it and just be like, well, pandemic was just kind of, that's just how it was. Like, things didn't go to plan. You just kind of had to roll with the punches. And so I feel like it would be a great, like, that was pandemic. That's life. But I love the monotony, or like the soothingness. Like, this sulky pulling through the fabric is like so tactile. Like, it feels so good. It is so smooth, and I can't even explain it to you. But it's only one color, so it's super easy that you only have one color with you. You just pull out more of the same color, keep going until you do some of the birds, or like if you choose to do a second color. I really love it, and I want to keep working on it. So that was Pandemic. Started out in July of 2020, and it's called Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. My next WIP is my Hade called Stepping Stones by Heaven and Earth Designs. It's a Lucy Pitaway painting that they turned into cross stitch, and it's not available anymore. I went to go look for it because somebody asked me for the link, and I can't find it anymore. I'll put a picture up here of what it's supposed to look like, and then this is how far I am currently. I do not like easy grid fabric. I don't like it. It's too complicated to count. I love just making my own grid with air marker that just disappears on you. I love it so much though. Haven't stitched it on in a really, really long time, but it's gonna be so cute. That is Stepping Stones by Heaven and Earth Designs. My next WIP is called Nativity Row by Bent Creek. I started at October 17th, 2021. I was having a really, really hard time with it. Like, I keep making mistakes, stupid mistakes that I need to rip out, and so I haven't done hardly anything on there. It needs work, but I'll love it once it's done. I'll put a picture up here of what it's supposed to look like while I'm putting this away. It's super cute. I love it so much. I just hate ripping things out. Usually I make my mom or my sister rip things out for me, and then I put it back in. I've lived with my sister on multiple occasions as adults, and so she would always rip it out for me. My next WIP is called In Retard by Madame Chantilly. I started out on November 13th, 2021, and I am so close. I need to finish the late reindeer. That's what In Retard stands for, is late. And one building, but the rest of the buildings are done. I think I have some snow on the top of these buildings, and maybe a window right here, and some snowflakes down at the bottom, and then just one building and the late reindeer. Like, I'm so close, but I can't finish it. I should call myself a 95% stitcher. I'll put a picture up of what it's supposed to look like while I put it away. I have a lot of projects that I've gotten 95% and then just dropped like a rock. So I don't know what that is, but it happens. My next one is called Flea Market Flowers by Bent Creek. I started it in January 21 of 2022. This is another one that was on display at the Craft Center of Fine Stitchery. This might not be up, but I'm not sure. It is on Ada, Opalescent Ada, 18 count. It's very cute. One day I'll finish it, maybe. I'll put a picture up of what it's supposed to look like while I'm putting it away. It's very cute. I would love to see it done. I just don't want to do it. I don't love 18 count. I don't love Ada. They're not my favorite. 40 count is my jam. My next one is called Consider the Lilies by Heartstring Samplery. I started it with my mom on May 1st, 2022, and I haven't put any work on it since. It's cute. I love it. I love all the little motifs. I love stitching little motifs. I love the colors. It just doesn't pull me like some of my other cross stitch does. But one day I'll put a picture of what it's supposed to look like while I'm putting it away. I really love it. I started with my mom. We changed the Adam and Eve part to be something different. I think my mom charted a new way to do the Adam and Eve. They're just little farmer guys, little farmers. I like that a lot better than the Adam and Eve, but that one will be really cute. My next WIP is called all of these. I'm the same as my mom. My nose starts to itch so much when I start going through cross stitch stuff because all the fibers are like flying everywhere, and it just makes my nose itch so bad. This one is called Harvest Hunt by Britter Cup Designs. I started it for a small for a retreat, and then I just never finished it. It has a lot of mistakes. There's a lot that needs to be fixed, and I didn't really want to get away with mistakes, but it's so cute. So I'll finish it one day, but ripping is not my jam. My next oldest is called A Little Magic, and I started this one and I didn't really love the fabric, but I started it anyways because I really wanted to and was like, I'll find some different fabric. It's very see-through. I bought it sight unseen online and it's very see-through. The fabric is very see-through. It's not a very tight weave, and so it bothers me. It's very, very cute. It's called The Little Magic by Stitch Rovia. It's very cute. Everything's better with a little magic. But then at a stitching retreat, probably Stitch West, I found this fabric and it is opalescent. I don't know if you can tell. It is by Red Thicket and it is Blue Lagoon Linen Opal 32 count. And it just looked so much more magical. So I started it to see what it would look like, but that's as far as I've gotten. So I switched up the fabric on that one. I'm famous for starting things and then wanting to restart them and then just dropping it like a rock for a long time. So I will do that. I'll put a picture up so you can see what it looks like. It's very cute. My next one is called Ornate Pumpkin by Night Spirit Studio. I did a thing on October in 2022 where I did like kind of like Mania, but for October I have a different stitch scheduled for every day of October, and this was one of them. It's not done yet. Obviously, I'm in the WIP section. This was my October 4th, 2022 stitch. It's very cute. It's very easy. Oh, that's why it has sulky. I'm using sulky 12 weight floss, or yeah, what would you call that, string? I don't know. 4003 is the color. It's like a variegated orange and it's turning out so cool. And then the pumpkin's a color 1181. So it's so cute. I'll probably finish it in October. It was super easy stitch and I really liked it, and it had that same sulky that's really fun to stitch with, but I did not finish it yet. My next one is called Halloween Cat by Satsuma Street. This is another one I started in October, that same October. This is as far as I've gotten. Grape Ice is the fabric. That one stuck in my head for some reason. It is Grape Ice 32 count by Weeks Dye Works. It's going to be very cute. I'll put a picture of here what it's going to look like. It was super cute. It was one of my small ones that I put in my October Mania to do because I loved it so much. My next one is called Vintage Pumpkin Witch by the Witchy Stitcher. I even bought these super cute little floss drops that are pumpkins to go with it. They're super cute. I think they're Lori Holt maybe. But this is how far I am. His skin is opalescent, or his pumpkin face is opalescent. The orange is opalescent, and I think the black is also opalescent. It had teal in it. I'm a sucker for teal, and I'm a sucker for Halloween, so this one just called my name. I started this one on October 4th, 2022. So cute. I'll put a picture of what it's supposed to look like. It's really fun. I love Halloween. I've said that a million times now, but I really like Halloween. My next one is called Stitching Sisters. I like it because I stitch with my sister, and it's a little creepy, and so I liked it. But this is as far as I've gotten. I have not gotten that far. I love the colors. It's called Stitching Sisters by Mama Witch Cross Stitch. I'll put a picture up real quick. I started it on October 8th, 2022. Again, it's probably one that I will work on in October when it starts to cool off and I get that October feeling. Oh, my Halloween ones are my favorites. Okay, my next one is called Trick or Treat 2022 by Stitch with Coffee. And it's gonna have this cute archway over the top with all these Halloween stuff in it. And there's a cat and a ghost cat. And they're so cute. I love cats. I have a cat. I had a cat growing up that was black. I started this one in October 8th of 2022, so in that same October. Okay, my next one is called Autumn Love by Lori Holt. There's a lot of people stitching this one right now because it's so cute. I haven't gotten very far on it. The fabric is Vanilla Latte 46 count, so this is a little tighter than I usually stitch. It's teeny tiny. I love it a lot. It's gonna be pretty big, but it's so cute. Put a picture of what it's gonna look like. There's a lot of people stitching right now. It has a bunch of little motifs around the edge, and I love the little motifs. I love all the colors. Colors were just really, really great picks. I tried changing all the colors on a project, and it did not look good. So that is not one of my skill sets. My next one is called Under the Sea by Teresa Kogut. It was a piece that we did at a retreat, a Stitch West. Teresa Kogut was the designer for the Stitch West in 2022, and I even gave her red hair because I had red hair at the time. I gave her a little bit of red hair, and she's so cute. Here's a picture of what it's gonna look like. It's very cute. The whale at the bottom is so cute. I love the little crab. I definitely want to finish this one. This is one of the ones that I saved in the fire. We had a wildfire that was kind of near our house, not super near our house. It was 30 miles away, but within the last 6 hours, it had traveled 15 miles and it was only 30 miles left to go. So if it can travel 15 miles in 6 hours, then like, who knows, you know? So I just packed a bunch of stuff, but Michael's like, you can't take everything. And I was like, fine. So I packed, I'm not gonna tell you which ones are my favorites because you're not supposed to have favorites of your children, but only about half my WIPs made it into my fire bag. This one is called Animal House by Satsuma Street. I started it on December 17th of 2022. I started it so that it could be a baby sampler. I was going to take some animals out the windows and put in the details of like when the baby was born and how much he weighed and what time he was born and stuff like that. But then I was feeling like it was a little too pink. Like it looks a little too pink for a boy. But now that my boy's grown up a little bit, it's like the perfect sampler for him. He's just fun loving and just does all the things. And so I think it would still be perfect for him. So I'm probably going to continue it now that I've sat on it for a while.
Okay, this is Editing Marie, and while I was looking for a picture of Animal House to show on this video, I found a Halloween version of Animal House, and I am dying. This is definitely going to be Jackson's baby sampler. It's decided. It's done. This is going to be it.
Okay, my next one is called The History of Sheep. That's not what it's actually called because it's in a different language, but that's what it translated to. It's called The History of Sheep, and it is by Jardine Privé. I started it on January 4th, 2023. It has multiple parts. You have to order all the different pieces that go with it and then stitch them together on one piece. I loved it. It was on display at in Ogden at Shepherd's Bush, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it, and so I got it because I'm an impulse buyer. And then the next one's called Summer in Stars Hollow by the Black Needle Society. I finished Autumn in Stars Hollow, and now I'm trying to work on the next part. But Autumn is my colors. I love Autumn. Look how cute Autumn is with all of its cute colors. And this one is just a lot. Like, it's just very bright, not really my thing, so it's kind of hard for me to work on. Also, when I look at this, I get nauseous because when I was working really hard on this Autumn in Stars Hollow, I started April 22 and I finished February 2023. And I had my baby in December of 2022. So I was basically nauseous the whole time I stitched this. And it's funny how you carry things with you. This is what it will look like when all 4 pieces are together. I can't diamond paint either because I did diamond art a lot when I was pregnant with my first child, and I still cannot diamond paint. I can finally eat Boom Chicka Pop. I used to eat Boom Chicka Pop all the time because the key was that you need to keep something in your stomach so you didn't get nauseous. So I would just eat Boom Chicka Pop all the time. This one's by Abris Art. It's called Rainbow Cat House by Abris Art. I started at April 26, 2023. It has cats all over it, and it's rainbowy, and it has cute beads. But I'm not very far on it. I just barely started it because when I got it in the mail, I started it, and then I haven't done anything on it since. So there's the base of the tree. I'm not even to the good stuff yet. My next stitch is called Nightmare Before Christmas. I love Nightmare Before Christmas. My kids love Nightmare Before Christmas. I grew up watching it, and it's just one of our favorite shows. We watch it year round. So I found a full coverage of Night Before Christmas. It looks so cool. Here's the top. So cool. Here's what it's going to look like when it's done. It's going to be so cool. It's like long and skinny, and I really like it. It has all the characters in it, and it looks like a stained glass window. So it has a lot of black in it, but I really like it. Full coverages just take so much time. It's by Cross Stitch M Patterns. I'll put it in the description below with a link to it if you want to have it. It started on August 1st of 2023. My next one is called Map of Hawk Run Hollow. I saw this one in Vegas. I saw this one at Stitcher's Paradise. In Vegas. I saw it on the wall. It was amazing. I absolutely love it. I started it on a super tiny fabric that I really love. I love the colors. The floss is different. The floss is MPS floss, and it's a lot different to stitch with. It's very silky. It's kind of fun. It's the first time I've ever stitched with anything other than DMC. It's by Carriage House Samplings, and I started on September 1st, 2023. It's big. It's gonna be a big one, but I'm really excited because I really enjoy it. My next one is a stocking. I want to do a stocking for my husband. I've done a stocking for Caden, my oldest, and my middle child, Declan, and I have not done one for my youngest child yet, and I want to do one for my husband too, called Christmas Fun. Christmas Eve Fun by Dimensions. Started it in September 1st of 2023. I'm not very far. This is what it's going to look like when it's done, and I can't decide if I love it for my husband. Like, my oldest stocking has like a truck with all these doggies in it and a Santa on this like redneck truck, and it's so cute. It fits him so perfectly, and this one I just feel like does not fit my husband so perfectly like that one does. So I keep hem hawing, so I keep showing him new patterns. I'm like, do you like this one? Do you like this one? How about this one? What about this one? And he's like, just pick one. I liked the first one. Just leave it. And I'm like, I can't just leave it. Okay, my next pattern is called A Raven Queen by Nora Corbett. I started on September 6th of 2023. Somebody else stitched it on this fabric flare and it turned out so cute with like the big old moon behind it. So I was trying to replicate it. It's on a bigger count fabric. It's on 32 count. 32 count is just not my jam. I've only done the bottom of her dress, but it will look stunning when it is finished. So I just have to keep working on it. You have to do 32 count though with all the beads. So anyway, it's cute. It's a teal. This is what it's going to look like. It has a lot of teal in it. I'm not putting in the archway. It's so pretty. She's so pretty. My next one is one that I found on Etsy. I love Etsy. I hate Etsy, but I love it. There are so many cute cross stitches on there. It's called House for Every Season by Brooks Books. I think that Emily Short actually introduced me to it. It has a lot of colors. I braided them together so that they wouldn't get so tangled because you can still pull out one color even though it's braided. And then here's all the other colors. Like it has so many colors because it's a different color set for every season. Finished the pink one. Now I'm on the yellow house. Pink one is summer. It's so cute. I love the fabric I started it on. It's on raw, and I actually have stitched something else on raw before and I didn't like it. Sunnyside Street, I tried on raw and I hated it. I was like, I have to stop this. I don't like it because I don't like raw. But this one, for some reason, just looks so good on raw. So this is one of my favorites. This one I found on Etsy. I'm pretty sure it was made by AI. This is what it's going to look like when it's all done. I'm pretty sure it's an AI design, but I really liked it. And then after I bought all the colors and put it on the fabric, it was a little lighter than I thought it would be, but the colors were so cute together. So here's the colors, and the colors are just so pretty together. I love all the colors that's in it. So I like it. I know AI is a taboo subject, but when I started this at the time, it was April 6, 2024, and that really wasn't like a taboo thing at the time. So cute though. I'm really wanting to work on it more. I probably will stay away from the AI for the most part. I'd rather buy from people, but when it's love, you know, you can't, I don't know. That's called Village Houses by Tam Stitch Designs. The next one is Log Cabin Christmas by Little House Needleworks. It's one that you have to buy all the patterns and then stitch them all together. So I bought them all at Stitchery Express. This is how far I've got. I stitched it on Prehistoric by Fox and Rabbit. It's 56 count. So this is the littlest that I've ever stitched, which is probably why I don't like it. So I will carry on and stitch it some more, but it's probably not going to be picked very often for dodgeball. The next one is called This I Know by Plum Street Samplers, and it's so cute. Shauna was stitching it, and I absolutely loved it. She changed a lot of stuff on hers, though. By Plum Street Samplers, I started this on April 28th, 2024. The colors are phenomenal. I love all the colors. I even used coffee to dye the specific colors like I told you to. I don't think it made a huge difference, but I followed the instructions. It's going to be so cute when it's done. My next one is called Olympic Gnomes by Jardine Privé. I started it when the Olympics were here in July 26, 2024. It's all these gnomes doing Olympic sports, and my mom did it. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I have to do it. Here's what it's going to look like. I love the Olympics. We have always watched the Olympics growing up. It was always like a big deal. Like we would buy snacks and puzzles and like make it this whole multi-week ordeal. It was a lot of fun. I still watch the Olympics. Even my kids are in the Olympics, and it's kind of fun. My next one is called Jason. I'm not sure what it's actually called. It's just a cross stitch of a boxer. Jason died in August of 2024, and I really wanted a cute cross stitch to remember him. I want to make like a shadow box with his collar and stuff. It's going to take me a million years because it's so big. Here's what it looks like when it's done. It doesn't look exactly like him. He wasn't as orange as that one is, but it's close enough, and it's hard to find exact stuff for that. My next one is by Hands On Design. I got it at a retreat of Stitch West, I think. It's called Make Today Count. I only wanted to start it at the retreat so that I could say I started it at the retreat, but all I have is a U, so I really didn't get very much done on it. This is what it's gonna look like. I even have the board to put it on. I need to paint the board so that I can place it on the board. I think I even have the rickrack. Like, she gave you everything to finish this out, and it's so cute. I want it framed on my wall right now. Not framed, on this board. I started this one October 5th, 2024. I only have 6 left, people. The next one is called Matter in Hand by Jeanette Douglas. This one was also a Stitch West stitch along. You don't have to be at Stitch West to stitch it, but that's where we start it. And then Highway Stitcher Colette posts progress and stuff. So we split it up into sections so that we would have it done in a year. And this is one of my favorite ones that I've stitched. Like, just stitching it was so satisfying. Something about it was just very, very calming and awesome. And I love the colors. Colors are not showing up well on here because the sun's starting to go down here, but I absolutely love it. Everyone who worked on it said they absolutely loved it. I think I got distracted by the Jason one that I didn't really work on it very hard. I started it at Stitch West on October 25th, 2024. This one definitely got saved in the fire. This is one of the ones that was gonna make it if my house caught on fire. The next one is called The Coffee House by Nora Corbett. It's another winter house. After I finished that other winter house, I wanted to start the next one. So this is how far I am on The Coffee House. I love the beads. The whole thing is the little purple door. I love it. This is how far I am right now. I love teal, so I want to do all the houses. Teal is one of my favorite colors. I did the beads on the sleigh, which was kind of not very smart because it doesn't fit into my 11 Q snap. It is called The Coffee House by Nora Corbett, and I started on December 23rd of 2024. I have purchased every house, all the beads, everything I need for every house. So I guess that's my retirement plan, or when my kids move out, or when my kids start going to school. This summer has been crazy. Like, this summer has been nuts. I don't know why it's been so much crazier than any other year. This is one I found on Etsy. It's called Cabin in the Woods by Flosstabilities. I started it on February 3rd, 2025. It's teal, obviously. It has a cabin. The fabric that I picked, 40 count light Salem from Live and Die LA. I love the modeling on it. Here's what it's gonna look like when it's done. It definitely caught my eye. The colors are very cute. And I love it on the dark fabric. Dark fabric is harder to stitch on, but I love this one regardless. My next one is called the Fabulous House series, which is basically what I've been stitching pretty much monogamously since I started it. I started it at Misty's retreat in St. George. It was one of the last ones that she did before somebody else started doing them. I was gonna do one a month like my mom did and have it done in a year, but I started it March 14th of 2025 and I'm still working on it. I'm over halfway though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 houses done. I have 1, 2, 3 houses left. My mom did them in the order they came out. So she has Santa up here, and then, so I reorganized them, and there's one that didn't get included because there was 13 houses. So I just picked the ones that I felt looked the best. So this is my February house. I haven't done January or March. This is my June house. My husband's birthday's in June, and he loves Lord of the Rings. He loves Hobbit. He loves everything about it. So he gets the Hobbit house for his June birthday. My birthday's in May. So I did the tree house because I just love tree houses. They're so cute. This is July's. It's perfect for July because it's like red, white, and blue. It's just difficult enough that your brain has to think, but once you get the pattern down, it's pretty easy. This one's August. I love the little otter and the crab and the stingray and the German shepherd on the deck. This is September, little cows and sunflowers. And then October. I liked the scary house, but I like October. My mom did not stitch the scary house, but I liked the scary house. He's cute. October. This one I picked for November. It felt very November-y to me. Plus it had a reindeer in the grass. So sorry guys, I should have like ironed it. I had to pull it off my stand to show it. And then December house is very cute. It's one of everybody's favorites. It's so cute. So this is what I pretty much stitch all the time. That's why I haven't done very much stitching in the last year. But I love it so much, and it's going to be amazing. I feel like the reason that they are like fabulous is because they're all together. So I feel like they all needed to be together. I have 2 more. My next start is called Look for the Beauty by Bent Creek. I loved the colors. So with Shepherd's Bush, I have a Shepherd's Bush sticker on here saying that there was changes made. I don't have the fabric or anything, but it's super cute. This is what it's gonna look like. And then my last start this year is called Watercolor Rainbow Forest. It's by Fruhling, F-R-U-H-L-I-N-G Designs. Started on April 3rd, 2026. My grandma died at the end of March 2026, and I really wanted something like a tribute to her because she was really into watercoloring. So I found this cross stitch that was like a watercolor of like a river and all these trees, and my grandparents have always been in the trees. They love to go on adventures all the time, and so I thought this one was just a perfect tribute for them. So I've put a lot of stitches into that. It's so pretty. I love it so much. It's gonna take me a long time because it's full coverage, but I am really enjoying it. So that is all of my WIPs. Guys, we made it to the end. I only have a slight mess over here, not like a crazy mess, because I put them back in their bags as I went, but I didn't shut any of the bags because it was loud on my mic. But anyways, I hope you all have a fabulous 4th of July. It's going to be a very quiet 4th of July here because the city where I live banned fireworks. So we're not doing fireworks this year. It's going to be very strange. It's going to be very quiet. We're allowed to do sparklers and we're allowed to do poppers, but that's it. We also bought smoke bombs, and my husband will not let us put them off because he's like, it didn't say smoke bombs. It said poppers and sparklers. We're gonna have to like go to my parents' house to put off the smoke bombs or something. My dad and I kind of started a business doing floss stuff. So I'm gonna do a separate video that talks about the floss hangers that we made and my floss box. I'm gonna do a separate video about that to post. So if you're looking for that, that's where that is. So yeah. Happy 4th of July weekend. I hope you have a lot of fun. I hope everyone stays safe. I hope nobody's house burns down. And I'll see you next time, whenever that is.